Hello everyone, my name is Dorian and welcome to another track guide with the LMP2. This time we are at Montreal circuit Gilles Villeneuve. That didn't take me 5 takes to do at all. Now I'm just going to show you guys the lap real quick and then I'm going to show you corner by corner how I take it here. If you enjoyed it, if it helped you at all, leave a like, subscribe, do those good things. Jump over to my Discord, leave a comment, let me know what you think. That's it, let's get on the track. Okay, so we're coming up to turn number 2, technically. Notice how I'm in the middle of the track, and that's just because I want to line myself up nice and straight for the braking point here. And let's look at the braking point itself. It's right as it transitions from grass into tarmac. So as I hit it, I'm going to brake very, very hard. Around 90%, keep it there for a little while longer. Start releasing it right around here, or as it transitions back to grass right around here. And right after it, I'm going to start turning in as well. Keep in second gear the whole way through here. And I'm trail braking into the curb. I don't want to clip it too much. I don't want to put my left wheels here. That's going to make the car beach and it's not going to react well. Just put 2 wheels on this part of the curb. Keeping the car nice and neutral, still in second gear. And I'm giving it a little bit of maintenance throttle as it lands, just to keep the back end in check. And as it transitions, as the tarmac kind of transitions in colors here, I'm going to start braking again and downshifting into first gear. And I'm going to use this corner as a double apex. So this will be the first part of the apex. I'm braking into it and then I'm going to start releasing the brake. And right around here is where I'm going to accelerate because I want the car to go a little wide. The back end is still going to turn around. And I'm gonna hit what I imagine is the second apex, which is right around here. See, I'm already at 60% throttle because right now the car is straight, and as the car goes straight, when you're on the inside here, you can just smash the throttle. So that's what I'm trying to do. You can see I'm being very aggressive on the exit here, 100%, keeping it all the way through, taking the curb on the exit, and that's it. Now, looking for a braking point on this chicane. It'll be right before the let's say 1.5 sort of area. Braking very hard for a very short period of time. And start turning in right around here as I release the brakes into second gear. And I want to clip this curb nice and aggressively. This is pretty much as you can cut it. Let's take a look at it from the outside. I wouldn't try to cut it any more than that. It will upset the car, make it beach a little bit. Yeah, don't turn in too late either. There's no grip if you turn in too late here. So those are 2 things to kind of keep in mind. Very neutral when I'm on the curb, starting to apply a little bit of throttle just to slow the back end down because it's still bouncing on the right there. Car still bouncing, straightening out the wheel, trying to maximize my approach for the second corner here. So I'm gonna lift again. And I'm gonna be around 40% as I hit this curb. As I drop off it, I'm gonna start accelerating and committing to 100% as early as I can. That's gonna give you a lot of time hugging the wall on the outside, using all of the curb, and you're through. Now, a little trick here that I've figured out, because I only bought the track yesterday, so I'm still trying to find out how things are done around here. If you clip this sort of apex, it's going to make the right-hander very easy. It's not a tricky corner at all, but if you clip this nicely, your line to hug the inside here the whole way through is going to be much better. Very easily hugging it in full throttle. And I'm looking for a braking point. There's no marker. I'm just going by feel. So this is where I start braking. This is where I commit to braking. Braking very hard into first gear. Not trying to be too early with first, but you need to hit first gear right around here, I would say. Now I'm trying to maximize my approach by going to the right here over the white line. Taking as wide of an entry as possible. And I'm going to start releasing the brake. Very neutral here. I don't need to use, there's so much grip that I don't need to use a lot of trail braking or anything like that. But the back end does like to kick out, so that's why I'm not using trail brakes. I'm clipping this curb. You don't want to clip it any more than that. That doesn't seem to be beneficial at all. The car really bounces and upsets it, and you can't put the power down on the exit. So very neutral here, and as I clip it, as I actually touch the curb, I'm going to start accelerating out of it very gently. I'm still in first gear, mind you, so I'm trying to be super gentle. 40%, 50%, 60%, and short shift into second before you start turning in here. So I'm trying to steal a little bit of acceleration, short shifting into second, and going back into maintenance throttle, where I'm not trying to accelerate too harshly. I'm just letting the car kind of flow through the corner, maintaining the weight on the rear end so it doesn't kick out. It really loves to kick out here. And I'm being very patient. As I open the wheel, as I feel like I have more room to go to the outside here, I'm gonna start accelerating more and more until I fully hit the throttle, and I'm using all the curb on the exit, trying not to hit the wall obviously, and going back quite late. You can clip the grass here a little bit, not a big deal. And going back to the right here, taking a short route and lining ourselves up for the next braking point towards the bridge. Now the braking point here is, well, you can brake before the 2, can you look at the 2, but there's also a line here that goes diagonally and then straightens out right here, and that's your braking point. So if we go towards it very slowly, you can see right here is where I'm gonna start braking, and I'm gonna brake very hard, stay on the left the whole way through. Start releasing it right about now. 70%, 60% after the 1. Staying in second gear here. Don't want to put it in first. You want to try to carry the speed. And I'm trying to use as much of the curb here as possible without hitting the bump stop. You can clip it a little bit. I didn't. I prefer not to. That's just the main reason. I'll give you a look at the outside for a second, but I want to show you the entire line. So after I clip the first one, still in second gear. That's why I can afford to be so aggressive with the throttle here. So the RPM is very low, and I'm just gonna use a lot of it before I hit the second apex. Already at full throttle, but I'm gonna lift again, and I'm just gonna maintain the car. Make sure the back end doesn't kick out. Make sure I don't understeer into the outside here, and commit to it as soon as I feel comfortable. Now let's go back and look at it from the outside for a sec. So nice and easy, very slowly. Flipping this curve as much as I can without hitting the bump stop, letting the car go wide, accelerating very hard, and lifting again, maintaining the car, making sure I'm right on the right line, and I'm flooring it, I'm committed. Now I don't want to go to the inside here to take a shorter route, because I want to line up my braking line to be as straight as possible. As you can see, I'm sort of taking it as a late apex right around here, just so the car will be nice and straight before I start braking, because it's a very hard and very short braking point, so you gotta nail it. You gotta have the car as perfect as you can every time you hit it. Now I'm gonna start braking right around here. Let's see exactly where. I'm guessing right as it transitions from tarmac to grass, there's a nice indication. Yeah, so a little bit before that, when I'm gonna commit to full brakes. 90%. Stay on it for a while. I'm only releasing a little bit because I don't want to lock up. I'm losing downforce, but I'm gonna stay on the brakes for as long as I can, just to slow the car down. Very slow, very harsh hairpin. You take it in first gear, releasing the brakes now, trail braking all the way into the apex, Again, trying to carry as much speed into it. I don't want to let the car go wide here. You can actually go a little bit wider. I like clipping the apex here, just so I can be early on the throttle. As you can see, I'm quite early here. I'm only the car is only neutral for a millisecond before I start accelerating. 40% because I still got a lot of wheel input. Now slowly building it up into 50%, and now as I can see, the road kind of opens up to me, and the wheels getting straighter and straighter. I'm gonna commit to 100%, being very gradual. As you can see, nothing too harsh, being very gradual from low RPM into a very high RPM first gear exit. Using a nice short route here, nothing special about it, and we're gonna approach what is a very tricky corner. Let's look for a braking point. So I usually look at the 2 and know sort of when to brake, but I've noticed that you can actually look at the house here, and the house is a really good braking point. Right as it reaches my pillar, I can start braking, and I brake very hard. I'm carrying a lot of speed, 6th gear here, and I'm only gonna start releasing very late, so I'm only releasing right about now, and still releasing quite slowly. I'm past the 1 sign, and I'm still on over 60%, 70% now. And as soon as I start turning in, I'm gonna release it almost fully. So I'm going into trail braking, 2nd gear. Now I've done something that I actually don't recommend you do. I didn't clip the first apex, the first bump stop, and I clipped the 2nd one. You kind of want to do the opposite. You want to clip the first bump stop and don't clip the 2nd one. The 2nd one is just gonna upset the car towards the exit. You won't be able to put the power down. It'll put you in a wall, all those bad things. But the first one you can kind of clip. You can put your right wheel right around here, not a problem. I'll show you the line from the outside in a second. But I clipped it about as much as I could without touching the bump stop, using a lot of maintenance throttle in the meantime, because I'm kind of counting on the bump stops to upset the car. I don't know how much I'm gonna hit them, how hard. So I'm always using throttle in the meantime here, and that's what saved me. So I really hit this one hard. Look at the angle of the car right now. It looks like I'm gonna hit the wall and die. But the car really rotated nicely towards the landing. I'm keeping the throttle in check, and as it bounces, it still puts the power down well. I was able to go all the way to the outside and make it through. Look at it from the outside again. Okay, so nice and easy. Again, didn't clip it as much as I wanted to. I rather clip this one than the other one. Maintenance throttle, clip the 2nd one into the outside, and we're through. Again, lining the car up towards the middle of the track again, as I want to line myself up for the next lap, and that will give us a 25.235. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, let me know in the comments what you think I could do better, or if you liked it at all. Also jump into my Discord. We have fun there sometimes. It's yeah. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.